And we're back.
We had to come back really fast because we need to talk about sex.
Absolutely.
Wait, what? No, robots.
Well, including robots.
It's robot sex. So
Whoa.
Nate was explaining to me, and I've seen it, but I didn't know that it was actually so advanced. What were you talking about?
Hold on. Let me show you what I was talking about. Hopefully that door's locked. And then we can react to it. How about that?
Okay. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Foursome Podcast.
Ooh, don't be dirty. It's not what you think.
We're just the perfectly imperfect couples.
The Foursome Podcast starts now.
Okay, well, I mean,
So yeah, that's a little idea of what it could look like. Those are early iterations. The very earlier iterations was like just a head and then nada por debajo, like nothing underneath. And you can imagine what people
Machinery.
would do with a woman's face, What was the example I saw on the podcast? Imagine eating a banana, but she's not eating a banana. So
Wow.
that's crazy.
I mean, I imagine that it's like at this point probably so advanced that they're incorporating artificial intelligence into it, and it's probably way bigger over in Japan and those areas.
Apparently, yes. But a lot of these companies don't want to talk about it either because these are companies that are involved in other endeavors that like in a business that has to do with whatever, right? Like they make bread, right?
Yeah.
Then they have this part of their business. They don't really talk about it because
They don't want it to affect
Right.
other
The
people.
other
Exactly.
businesses, yeah.
But
That makes sense.
The one thing that Nate brought up, and it sounds exaggerative at the moment, but it is reality, and it's probably gonna happen sooner than later. That humanity will come to an end. I mean, just look at that movie
Ex
where,
Machina.
huh?
Did you watch Ex Machina?
No, the movie that in order for you to have sex with someone, you did it through a computer.
Yeah.
Because it was disgusting to touch another person.
Well,
Wow.
Even Ready
was it
Player
called?
Ready Player One hinted a little bit
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, oh,
where
yes.
They were dancing,
Mhm.
and you could see on his bodysuit the touching. So he was feeling the girl that's not there on his body, like the touching and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the end of humanity, meaning
Yeah, well, even without AI, I guess people are not really procreating as much as they used
Yeah,
to be.
yeah. Even without
Without
that,
this.
the birth rate is dropping. But what he's talking about is not artificial intelligence, but it's a full bodysuit that the guy had on in that movie, and the virtual reality. So he's in this virtual world dancing with the girl, and in the virtual world, the girl is touching his virtual body, and he's actually,
feeling it.
Yes.
on him.
Yeah, and
Yes.
each one is like completely in separate places.
Yeah,
And
those type of technology in those suits are actually exist today.
Yes.
So was that the technology that was used to gang rape one of the a girl? Did you guys see that?
I didn't
What?
see
It
that.
came out. Yes, it came out in the news. Like
They virtually did this to a girl.
gang raped a girl.
Virtually?
Yes, yes
I don't know how
virtually.
that works.
And I remember talking about it with the guys on the radio show because that came up as a possibility, and we're like, but it's virtual. It's how could that even be a thing? But apparently it became a thing. It happened to that girl. She didn't want to be virtually touched, and then all of a sudden she ended up being virtually raped by multiple guys. And she reported it, and that is, you can look it up right now. That is in the news.
I don't know how that would work, but that's crazy.
That is
I don't
crazy.
doubt it, but
Yeah, I know,
crazy.
because to me, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, if
she will have
somebody
to
is
wear something.
touching her inappropriately virtually, she just takes off what she's wearing.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's
like
what I
I
mean. I was
said,
like,
that was a thing, and this is nothing compared to what we're going to start seeing.
Oh, yeah.
we need to get used to it and know what to do, especially because we have children that are in the gaming world and that they like the stuff, and we need to.
So yeah, and it's kind of like an acceptance thing too, right? There's always going to be people like for sex robots. There's going to be people that be like, I'll never interact
I know
or
by a
look at
robot.
anything like that. Just like there are people that will never do or interact with technology. They don't accept it, right? So what I see is the world is changing really fast.
Extremely.
People like, and I'm going to include myself already. I'm a little older, and I don't know if I will accept a lot of these changes or not. Maybe I will.
So you're 36.
Seven.
Why are you
Okay.
questioning yourself?
I don't remember.
So you're 36. You're 33, Steph.
Yes.
I'm just kind of painting the picture so that people know. And then Nelson and I are in the 40s.
Yeah.
I'm 44. Nelson's 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you tell everybody my age? Jeez.
So for example, what
Not
are you,
44.
she's,
I just thought he was 44 because at some point we're the same
window.
age
Oh
until
my God,
he
Jenny just
has a
went, "Huh?"
birthday.
yeah.
Imagine like the windows on thinking.
Yeah. So Nelson growing up and you growing up, you guys didn't experience what I experienced growing up.
Of course.
And I didn't experience what our kids are experiencing. So when I was growing up, AOL was out, AOL Instant Messenger, MSN Messenger, U2.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we
MySpace.
we interacted through there socially a little bit, but we still had, you know, social interactions with our friends. I would go out, stay out till 4:00 in the morning, whatever. Growing up, kids now, they are in Discord in their room, talking through their friends, not on a phone call. This is just through the computer,
Yeah.
playing games. And this is how they socialize now. So there's no face-to-face, physical, nothing interaction.
Nothing physical. Video chat.
Right. And this is and what I've been thinking is this is what makes it really hard for us to understand and relate to our kids and try to teach them what we grew up knowing.
Yeah.
And it's difficult because they're not growing up the same way.
No, and they're
They don't
probably
know.
going to look at us like, oh, you old folks.
Yeah,
you
like,
know,
what are
this
you
is not
talking
how we
about?
do
Yeah.
things now.
the other thing is that their brains are being bombarded at a faster rate than
Stimulated.
we were. They're stimulated, but not only that, I'm talking about just educationally. I remember going to school and I was like, I was all the way up until college before I had to work with a computer and do like a PowerPoint presentation, let alone these kids, your kids in elementary school, and they're using PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, I think the only thing I did in elementary school was Oregon Trail. I played games. That was it.
Yeah, I know.
I want to go back for just a second to talk about the robot sex thing, because that is one thing that I was always very much against, in the sense of, you know, just thinking like it just sounds dirty, period. You
I
know,
know.
it's for somebody to go on the computer, actually order a robot and
yeah, no.
use it at home. Do you use it with your couple? Do you use it alone? You know what I mean? And then somebody brought up to my attention, and it kind of opened up a new world in my head of not acceptance, but maybe, I don't know, because they were
Well,
like, if
there-
you really think about it, these guys that are sick, and maybe some women that are sick, if they order these, you know, robot, whatever you want to call them, and they have their sexual pleasures met by these robots, then we're going to have less real life rape and
Right.
less, you know,
But still-
abuse,
Tragedies and
sexual
stuff,
abuse.
yeah.
But still, it's still not in my head, and I know everybody's not going to agree, but in my head, it's still not right if you still have
That
those
desire.
desires.
Yeah.
You're still part of the public, but you're
I'm sure, but you're
satisfying-
not. But you have a problem, and you're dealing with it in your way. But you're not affecting me. The moment that you have that problem, and you come and you, God forbid, rape a woman,
Right.
you are literally killing that person and traumatizing that person, and
I know.
you know that person will be marked for life.
I
But
know.
in this case, you have your own problem and you deal with it yourself. You
I
know
know.
You're
what
a
I mean?
robot.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's still.
I mean, in that sense, when they put it to me, from that point of view, I was like, oh well. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that's
Order a
kinda
robot
right.
instead of doing a harm to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yes.
Order
But-
5 if you want.
So,
you know?
but in my head, right? Like, is it going to be mostly single men or women that order this, or are people like?
You'll probably be surprised. Maybe your boss will. I mean, no.
Jesus Christ, do what?
Maybe somebody's
Whoa.
boss will order. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. After all this Jeffrey Epstein things
Yeah,
and
I
all the
don't
things
Yeah,
that
you
came
never
out,
know.
you never know who is a sicko. You just don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I was thinking as you guys were talking? Oh, in that way, that kind of benefits society a little bit, maybe diminish sexual crimes. But I was thinking another way. I was thinking, well, what about all these people who are incapacitated, who are handicapped, who will, they feel like I'm never going to find a partner or something like that. And they're lonely. I think
companionship.
Because
this robot, I mean, the way that I saw it, it actually talks back to you. Did
it have artificial intelligence?
Yes.
There you go.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
It has facial expressions.
Yes.
So it'll feel or
yeah.
it'll let you know or think that it's feeling what is reacting to. A touch is reacting to something that you're doing.
Yeah. So on one aspect of the spectrum, I think it's benefiting a lot of people, even normal people who are just lonely, who just don't have any social skills, who can't get a partner because they just don't know how, or there's people out there and they're like,
I mean, I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine knowing what the delivery box looks like, and all of a sudden it's like they're delivering this box, and
we're like, oh, the neighbor got a robot.
The neighbor got the box, honey.
There's the other aspect too, right? So there's the again with acceptance, where maybe it's not a robot, maybe it is just a body part, right? Now, what was discussed is it might be harder for either a man or a woman, I don't know, to accept that their partner orders a toy, because essentially it's a toy, right?
Right, yeah.
Now, there is a big market for women's toys, right? But will women accept a man ordering a toy for them?
That's a big toy, my friend. A whole robot?
There's big women's toys
I
too.
see what you're saying. I'm like, what are
Right.
you referring to?
But
Right.
it has to, there has to have some consent. It's not like, oh, let me just online order a robot. Oh,
Well-
honey, by the way, the robot's
Well,
getting here
We're
tomorrow.
gonna have a
You're
third
thinking
person
about-
joining us.
You're thinking about your relationship with your husband,
Yes.
you guys communicate.
We have communication.
There's a lot of relationships out there where they don't talk to each other. They're
I
like,
know.
I'm gonna order what I want to order. You shut up.
Yeah,
That's how-
Yeah, that is
There's
true.
actually people that I know that have ordered, like women that have their husbands that have ordered toys that the husband has no clue that she has.
Oh wow.
It's pretty sad, but it's real.
Yeah. Jesus.
What do you?
My neighbor? What the
What?
I'll tell you.
Oh my god.
Video, girl.
¿De qué? El vecino es el que está ahí al lado, tú sabes.
No, el otro.
Yo sé, el otro.
Yeah.
But there's another aspect.
I bought a thing this big.
Oh
Oh my God.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
I'm not kidding you. For
Well,
what? I don't
you
know.
just showed like the length of an arm. I mean, Jenny, what the heck? My goodness.
I'm telling you, there's weird stuff out there. I'm just telling you that it happens and they hide it from each other. It's kind of like infidelity type of thing. Maybe we want to see it that way. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. This is what I view that's going to happen here all over the world. AI is going to continue to grow, more advanced.
Faster
These
than you think.
robots are going to be more and more advanced.
Yes.
Like I said, if they have sex robots, they're going to have the actual stand-up alone robots that are going to be cleaning your house for you.
Yes.
Oh, hey, listen, give me a glass of water. Give me water. I know we're going to get there.
But there's a
right?
benefit to that. Though.
Well,
now, if you think about it, in a nursing home, there are people that have to take care of other people. These people, they lose their patience all the time when taking care of these older people.
Yeah.
Now, if you think about it,
There's always going to be a good side, and there's always
Right.
going to be people that abuse it.
yes, there's with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. But then we also need to talk about the other side, the ethical side or religious side to it, where
Moral side, you
the
mean?
moral, where it's, hey, listen, either you're married or you're single, but morally or religiously, how are you going to view this? How are you going to face this aspect now, this new technology that's coming out? Is it accepted? Is it acceptable? Or is it not acceptable?
I bet you anything is going to ruin a lot of marriages.
Because
yeah,
let me tell
for
you something.
sure.
Because let me tell you something. It's a machine, so it's not a human being.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to tell me?
What
Do you
I'm
wanna-
saying,
You don't want to get a robot? No,
Do you want to confess something to me?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, if
like
you
the closet.
if you want to add a third party, to the
thank
whole
you.
party,
No, thank you.
Yeah.
That ruins marriages. It's been seen.
Here's something that I
No.
read too on Reddit. So this is the comment was from somebody. They said they were just getting out of high school, and they said, "This is the reason why I am studying psychology, sociology, all those things that I don't know anything about." They're like, because I think in 10 years there's going to be a market where we're going to have to give therapy sometimes to even some AI,
I
like
think
some
so.
some robots that are in somebody's home.
Well, look at the movie where the AI actually turned against the
Right,
owner
right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
killed humanity.
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. And
That's-
that was gonna be my comment on that robot
Wow, that-
situation.
I didn't think about that. I'm like right now. I'm like, whoa, you're right. What? That's
because
insane.
AI, it's getting like too smart right now.
Smarter than you and me.
Yeah, and then it's already like even having conversations and everything, but it's having like their own understanding or feelings.
No,
I don't know.
It's
It's
where it's when does AI come to its conclusion that we're the problem?
Yeah, and then like realizing that it's coming like to realizations, and then like investigating all those things because that can happen.
Well, I think
Like
that,
Like
that's
getting their
where
own conscience.
that's kind of where the
Yeah.
problem starts, where AI doesn't have feelings. So it's like, hey, listen, you're the problem. It's Nay.
It
I'm the
has
problem.
logic.
We're good to
Bye.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's scary.
What
That's very-
robot do I need to hire?
Oh, Lord.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
Who do you want to
I'm
disappear?
kidding, Nay. He said nay.
Hi, Nate. You want you're gonna be disappeared soon?
I guess maybe. I don't
No,
know.
Nay, you're the problem.
Yep.
Eliminate him.
I will be honest with you though. I do look forward to a robot that's kind of like that stands up and can sweep and pick up and laundry and dishes.
No, because then the
So
kids
cool.
won't have responsibilities and they're going to be lazy bums and they're going to get used to having something be
I am
done.
sorry to tell you the reality of life, the world is going in that direction
I know.
where everything is done.
I'm just glad that we're going to be dead by the time that happens.
I hope so.
I don't think so.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't
oh
think
my
so.
gosh.
You know what? There's predictions that by 2030, 2035,
That's in like 6 years.
Yeah, that's not that far.
you're going to be blown away by the technology coming out.
So less than
I
100
don't
years
think I'm
ago.
ready for this.
What year were airplanes invented?
Oh yeah, that was in.
Was that less than 100 years ago?
Well, that's about 100 years
Yeah.
ago.
Okay. So
Little-
let's say
little
100
over.
years ago, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Before that, nobody traveled in airplanes. And
Thousands of years.
for
No,
thousands of years, there were no cars, none of that. Internet is only 40 years old, right? And if you think about even in gaming, which is something I know a little bit about, but like an Atari came out, like what was it, the 80s?
80s.
Yeah, okay.
Late 80s, I think.
Right. That was 40 years ago now. And what kind of gaming, how has gaming advanced from then to now? How has,
Insane.
how
virtual
has,
reality.
how has the world advanced from just a flip phone to what you have in your pocket now?
From a computer to your phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To a chip in your brain.
So 5
Yeah.
years ago, I listened to a conference and they were like, or no, maybe 10 years ago, where they were like, voice controlled devices in your home are going to be in everybody's home
Yeah.
in the next 10 years. And 10 years ago, I was like, hell no, I'm
Yeah.
not going to have no voice controlled things.
Yeah.
in my
I
home.
remember. I actually
And then now
remember
Alexa is playing
We have-
everything.
Poop songs
We
for
have
you.
Alexa. Your phone has Siri. Mine has Google, whatever,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it is.
Every-
they were right.
I refused. Yeah, I refused to have one of those at my house, but my little one has her music through one of those
Mm-hmm.
smart devices. And here I am trying to prevent it from coming to the house. And she's like, Alexa, tell me notifications. Alexa, what is the day like? And I'm like, well, why are you having this conversation with
and
this
my kids are like Alexa, fart, and, then,
Yeah.
and they just crack up.
we were doing a game night,
Mm.
and all of a sudden one of the kids is like, oh, I need to go use the bathroom. And then you hear from far away, Alexa, can you play a poop song? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And she was singing a diarrhea song.
Jenny,
Oh my God.
I'm
Jenny,
not kidding you.
wait till you get home tonight.
Oh Lord,
What?
he's gonna show you something.
Te compró
I'll show
un
you
robot.
something. I'll show you something interesting.
I don't want to.
It's
You
gonna
don't want
be
to?
a
You sure? It may
robot.
be exciting for you. You never know.
I don't know. Nothing AI excites me right now.
Well, I think this thing does have multiple settings, vibration
Ooh.
settings.
Oh,
You see,
Lord.
he got you the
I'm
robot.
just kidding.
No, thank you. I don't know. I'm not ready for this, guys. I'm not ready for this change. But I know
Yeah.
it's coming, and we have to.
You'll accept this slowly.
Well, now off the topic of robots, just in general, yeah, we have. I think, and I'm talking about myself here, but
Don't look at me with your side eyes.
I no, it's not about you. It's about society. Like I need to accept that times right now are not the same times that when we grew up.
Oh no, 100%.
And we need to understand that.
Mhm.
Now, it
But
doesn't
you
mean that you
know-
don't instill your values in like your kids or something
Right.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying you also have to keep in mind that it's okay if I'm trying to get this point across and it seems impossible, maybe there's something about that. And then you just
Yeah.
you got to think about it.
So the thing that came to realization for us is that, and of course, you're still at a generation that it happened to you. Whatever your parents said is what went. Like that's
Yes.
what goes. And well, why? Because I said so. But these days, these kids are like, but tell me, explain to me why. And they need like an actual,
Yeah.
rational explanation. And what I have, and I've been trying to implement in my relationship with my children, is to tell them, I am not perfect. And I am learning with you guys as we go along, because this motherhood and parenthood thing, no one teaches you about, and it's never the same.
Yeah.
So
And
you
there's
can
no right or
learn-
wrong way.
Yeah.
Right. So you
Yeah.
can learn from your parents and you can take whatever works for you, but there's other things that cannot work with this generation.
Mhm.
And so I am constantly reminding myself and reminding them, hey, I can make mistakes too.
Yeah,
I'm
of
not
course.
perfect just because I'm mom.
Yeah.
And so it kind of lowers their expectations a little bit, because they kind of look at me with this new age of, just because you're mom.
You don't know
You know?
everything. Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
respect always needs to be there. No matter AI, no matter nothing, you better respect, or else
Yeah, I think that
I'll disconnect you.
family structure wise, navigating this world and this technology, we really have to adapt. We cannot ignore it.
Nope.
Yeah.
We cannot push kids away from it.
I know.
We need to
Educate.
Yes.
adapt, educate, and conform and learn how to move forward with it. Like, for example, quickly moving away from AI and everything, just basics. People it's a big subject. Do you give a 2-year-old a cell phone and let them play with it, technology, or do you hold them off for the first, 4 or 5 years off technology so they can develop a good basis of interacting physically with things? Because
That's how we grew up. But then look how Nay and Stephanie's kids grew up with technology, and look how smart they are because they were given the right material with technology.
So those are good examples of where it was a benefit, and they didn't suffer any kind of behavioral way. But there's videos out there, YouTube, where I see where they take a phone away from a 2-year-old, and he throws the biggest tantrum, and you can't control
Probably
that
hits
child,
the parent.
and you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
control the child, and they're going crazy because they're addicted to that.
Yeah.
So there's two ends of the spectrum, and it's a big subject out there, and people deal with. So parents, when you're out there, you really got to be conscious of what you're doing to your child at a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
hopefully, we did a good job, but they go to other things as well. Like
Yeah.
Eliana will spend the whole day in her little bins there playing with her toys.
Coloring too.
Joshua right now, he's like, we didn't tell him what to do, but he's reading. I'm like, okay, maybe hopefully did something right for now anyways, right? Like,
And that's just one aspect at that age. We were dealing with a teenager that has problems with technologies, and we took the technology away, and now they're happier. They're getting more sleep.
yeah.
And when I said, "Hey, I'm going to give your technology back," they're like, "I don't want it.
Yep.
I don't want it. Keep it away because I'm happier."
Yep.
Because
I'm like,
at the-
wow.
That was a
at the
reality
moment-
check though afterwards.
Right. At the moment,
Afterwards.
they don't know that we're
Yes.
trying to do
Right.
something
Yes.
right for them. They think that you're just trying to be the most horrible parent there is.
And-
And
world.
maybe there's something to that too. Like our kids maybe use technology, but they didn't use social media or
Oh,
anything
no.
like that, right?
Mm.
And I feel like social media does have an effect on people's happiness and expectations.
1,000%.
And other stuff like
Oh,
that.
I don't know if you saw Kelly Clarkson actually came out in public and said, as long as her kids live in her house, they are never allowed to have social media.
Yeah, social media is
Because
horrible.
it will destroy you.
Yeah.
It destroys an adult
Yeah,
that is
imagine.
supposedly strong-mindedly. Imagine a child. Did I say that wrong?
No, you did it good at the end.
Okay. Just making sure.
Strong-minded.
Strong. Yeah, there you go. An adult that's supposedly strong-minded. Imagine a child that doesn't know what's right from wrong
Yeah.
or what's real and what's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. And who says that somebody's strong-minded? Anybody could say, "Oh, I'm super strong-minded," and they'll go on, let's say, not Snapchat, TikTok, and they'll see somebody be like, "Oh, wow, I really like that set of cups that they're using,
And I'm gonna.
and
go
there's
buy
a
it.
link here to buy it." It's really nice, it's something nice to buy, but you were ultimately influenced by social media to purchase something.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
I need new couches, that means that I'm influenced.
No. We,
No,
we
I'm
both
just
agree we need a new
kidding. I'm
bed,
just
new couches.
kidding.
Yeah.
No.
We need a lot of new stuff.
I'm blown away because we started this podcast, this episode with robots and sex, and we're ending up with
But
parenting and our children and technology. That's really
Everything.
cool.
It's
It
related.
all has-
It's
It's all intertwined.
It all
Yeah.
came full circle.
yes.
Yep.
Basically, let's keep an eye on AI
Yep.
and let's
Don't put it in the back burner. It's happening now.
confront
Yeah.
the new technologies and learn about it
Do
and
your
not be afraid of
research.
it. No,
Do your
not be afraid of it
research.
and be educated on it.
Yeah, educate
because
yourself.
I think ultimately that helps out not only yourself but also your relationships in your family, your
Imagine.
spouse, and your children.
You sound so sexy, baby.
Well,
Oh,
thank you.
Just
Yeah.
don't
You guys
get a
get a
robot,
room.
okay?
Yeah, get a room, not a robot.
A robot could never love you like I can. Okay.
I'm telling you something. I like toys. I don't know.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I know you. Those are like airplane toys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that arm length.
Long thing.
Oh my. But
It's real.
you might have to accept some things, right? Like when Bitcoin first came out, people were like, that shit is fake. Like
Yeah.
that's never gonna be real money. Imagine if you would have just bought $100 worth of Bitcoin.
You'd
Back
be good today.
Yeah, you'd be
You'd be
set.
set.
Dang it, guys.
And it has to do with acceptance though.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Accept.
educating yourself
Yes.
about
Yep.
everything.
That's
Yeah.
the big thing. Let's keep on it,
Yeah.
guys. Let's keep on
There
it.
you go.
Those damn Pokemon cards, I should have bought them when I was younger, man.
Forget Pokemon cards.
100%.
Even those what are those little dolls that the people made a lot of money off?
Thai Beanie Baby.
Beanie
whatever.
Babies. They made so much money off of those
I
little things.
know,
We're like, what the
man.
heck? That's so stupid. Oh,
It's
crap.
sickening, but it's all a phase type of thing.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
fades away, and then the next thing comes.
See, that's why maybe
Yeah.
I should become a hoarder and keep everything, you know?
No,
No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no. That stresses
That's
me
That's
out.
another
Let's
extreme.
just say poor.
Okay.
Then.
Some people find some gold in their hoarding stuff. Too,
Yes.
though, but
Yeah, and
but-
some people have it and they don't even know it because
Exactly.
they've lost track of what they have.
yeah,
How many
yeah.
people have bought a $2 painting at a garage sale and it's $200,000 later? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That
The
is so
original
true.
box of the Legend of Zelda from way back 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The
just sitting in their
Nintendo.
attic. Yeah, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
The new Nintendos, they made a Nintendo, the old school Nintendo, they made a Nintendo Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those things were like $70. They're like $400 or $500 right now.
Wow.
I'm telling
And
you.
that was not that long ago.
Yeah.
So
Get to work, guys. Jeez.
yeah. I'm just gonna collect stuff, hoarding.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to hoard too. There you
Not-
go.
Yeah, not with me in the house. I'm
No.
sorry.
Uh,
I throw stuff.
Yeah,
I throw everything
I can
away.
barely find my phone charger, man. Jesus.
Que exagerado. Coño.
All right, guys. Till the next episode.
Yes. let's
Bye.
See ya.